It's brand new, Big Reunion 2014.
Music stations made for every mood. Blinkbox Music sponsors the Big Reunion.
24 pop heavyweights, 6 groups, an estimated 40 million albums, one massive comeback.
People are looking at us, they're expecting big things from us.
Getting ready, vocals. Just excited to just kind of get stuck in now.
Just get this thing rolling.
This is the Big Reunion. Coming up on tonight's Big Reunion, the Damage Boys prepare to face off.
I don't want this meet to come across like it's us against him, but actually it is.
Yeah.
Our supergroup Fifth Story singing from the same song sheet.
It's not quite where we all are.
You know, you can just see that he's still a bit lost. And when you're in a group, you're only as strong as the weakest member.
And the Eternal Girls serve up a few home truths.
I'm quite happy to hold up my hands and go, this is what I've done wrong.
Yeah. That's kind of how we were brought up. I think it's really important because then you can move on.
In 1998, 5 became 1 when Girlthing were brought together and hyped as the next Spice Girls by gravity-defying trouser enthusiast Simon Cowell.
We were told over and over again, you're going to be huge, you're going to be massive.
He hired out the whole of the Eiffel Tower for Girlthing. Come on.
Look out for us, yeah? Girlthing.
But Girlthing turned into Simon's most expensive mistake ever, and when their debut single flopped, things soon turned sour.
We were at that point where we could barely stand to be in the same room with each other.
Do was rouse catfights a lot.
The song Pure and Simple featured on Girlthing's debut album, but when it was handed to TV pop stars Hearsay to re-record, the girls could only wonder what might have been. Now, 13 years after they disintegrated, Girlthing are reuniting at the Irish mansion youngest member Jodie shares with her husband and former Westlife star, Cian, from Westlife.
Will be. So, do you think it's going to be like everybody digging up the past?
We finished and then we all didn't speak. We just went our separate ways and got on with our lives.
You haven't really had contact with them at all, have you?
Nothing for like 13 years.
The other 4 members are flying in to try and put their past woes behind them.
I'm excited, but I'm shitting myself. Especially between myself and Nikki, I think, you know, a lot of bad vibes there, and which are still there now.
I think I'm probably most cautious about seeing Lindsay. She can be quite volatile. Scared now. Very scared, actually.
I think first person is at the gate.
First at the door is Mancunian Lindsay.
All right. Well, I've come to see someone called Jodie. Yeah, it was mad trying to find it, isn't it lovely? Oh, it's so nice.
Do you want to take your shoes off? Plus, Cian will kill me because of the thing.
Right, love to see you.
Yeah.
Anika has flown in from her native Holland.
It's all getting really real now, and I don't know, it's scary and weird.
Hi, Sneaky.
Oh, you're alright. Yeah, good. You nervous? Yeah. You're nervous. I am nervous.
Michelle's globetrotting involves a trip from Stratford-upon-Avon.
It's whether we can all sort of sit there and take it or whether sparks will fly, and I think from some sparks might fly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See ya.
How do you feel? Do you feel alright or do you feel a bit worried or?
To be honest with you, I'm absolutely bricking it. This
doesn't feel natural, does it?
No.
Really weird.
It feels very tense.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension at the moment.
I feel a little bit sick.
It's a jittery wait for Nikki to arrive from sunny California.
I'm just hoping it's not going to be a slanging match. I really am. I don't want that.
Uh-oh. Bloody hell.
A lot of stuff needs to be said. It's weird.
Hopefully without all trauma.
Yeah.
Can't be doing
We can't smash Jodie's fine glasses.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
We go
So
so
tense. Yeah, because
chocolate.
Yeah. Oh, you did it on purpose.
When Girlthing were left on Pop's hard shoulder, things were tough for the baby of the band.
I was only 17 when it was all over with Girlthing. So I was like, this, like, I'm not sitting around and I'm not gonna not live my dream. So I went and I joined an agency, and one of my first auditions was for Hollyoaks.
They nearly killed my sister. No.
I got the part as Debbie Dean in Hollyoaks, and I was moving to Liverpool.
Girlthing may have been behind Jodie, but the contacts she made whilst in the group would shape her future.
I remember being introduced to Kian by Mr. Simon Cowell. We were just friends for a very long time. I was 18 and I was like, do you know what, screw this, like, if you want me, you can come find me. And he came and found me up in Hollyoaks.
Jodie's acting career hit its apex when she won a British Soap Award for Sexiest Female.
Really not expecting this, oh my God.
And she left Hollyoaks behind her in 2006.
Life for me now is all about my family. I have my beautiful little baby boy Koa and my husband, and we are just in love with family life. But I feel like I owe Girlthing something. I do always remember there being a problem with Nikki over something.
I remember you not getting on with
Well, I don't know, like, what made me feel that way then, but that I felt that it was just an accumulation of things that obviously made me think I just don't get on with this girl.
I don't think I ever said a bad word about you.
I felt that it was a two-way thing. I just felt like we clashed.
And I was just unhappy because I felt like you were making my life a misery. Actually, not just you on your own. I felt like it were you and Lindsay.
With the band on the brink of fame, Lindsay was swept off her feet and taken on dates by Westlife hunk Brian from Westlife.
He asked for my number, and at first I looked at him and I thought, nah, I don't think so.
But the effect on the band would be huge. It might have been the pop romance of the millennium, but the girls' management put their foot down.
We were actually, you know, asked to split up by RCA Records because they didn't think that by us being together that, you know, that it might damage sales of Girlthing.
And it wasn't long before the bosses were insisting all the girls led chastity-based existences.
Our management asked us to sign some kind of agreement saying no boyfriends allowed.
Nikki was like me with the rules. You don't have boyfriends.
All that changed when Nikki started a studio romance, a stromance if you will, with their producer.
I was seeing Martin secretly. He sent me like a love letter to the house.
It said Anika on the envelope, not an address, just Anika.
Never got this letter, and I thought, why don't I have it?
Me and Lindsay opened it.
After months of simmering tension, things were about to reach boiling point.
Banging at my door in my bedroom, like beating the door down. Open this door. Lindsay and Anika were stood there.
You've been bullshitting us, babe.
You were seeing Martin and you didn't tell us about it.
Instead of like commenting, she just came at me and she punched me in the face.
And I was trying to push the door and they wouldn't let me.
And Lindsay jumped in front of me and was like,
"What?" Shoves me down on the floor.
And I literally saw Nikki going,
and I remember just being in a ball, curled up in a ball, thinking, That's it. I've had enough. That's the turning point. I was done. I was done with the band. You were both like reaching out of that. I was trying to fight back, and I just remember falling on the floor.
But that's not true.
And
No, that's not true.
Lindsay.
You went to hit Anika, so I hit
dear.
you.
I was on the floor.
Yeah, because I knocked you on the floor because you went to hit Anika.
I admit that I reached for the letter because I was
but
angry.
you did
I was
punch me
angry.
in my face.
No,
I'm not lying, Nikki.
I've never been violent ever in my life.
So I'm basically.
I just haven't.
I'm
just
making.
Did go
I'm,
to it, that's why I
you
went.
did
no, I
hit
went
me.
to grab the letter. Lindsay.
Either way.
Yeah.
No, but it is.
Lie. Whether you remember you don't, but you did.
You
went
did
for
me.
it.
You
And
did
that's
hit
what
me.
made me go for you.
Anika, you were waving.
Protective of her, simple
Yeah,
as.
you were waving a letter, and I went to grab it.
But
I
you
wouldn't ever
did
do.
hit me. Nikki, you hit me. I swear to God, you did hit me in my face. I'm not lying.
All right, we're not going to move forward by going, you did, I didn't.
Why I didn't tell you about Martin is because it was none of your business. And now, 14 years later, that guy who you didn't like me seeing, Anika. I've been married for 14 years. I've got 3 children, and I'm so glad that I just didn't listen and didn't tell you about him because I might not be here today.
All right, Anika.
Go on, babe.
It's all right.
Say what you want to say.
I knew I was like a really opinionated person, and I knew I sometimes was a pain in the ass. I knew that. I do worry a lot. I still do.
Yeah.
Because I don't like it when someone doesn't like me, and because you had such a strong personality, and when we didn't get on, I worried because I was afraid that maybe the other girls wouldn't like me too, and I already felt like really lonely lots of the times because I was in the house on my own, and the only person that understood me was Lindsay.
There are more unsolved issues in the band between Lindsay and Michelle.
I found Lindsay quite aggressive towards me quite a few times.
But I felt you was being a snide. So I felt that she'd say fucking things to my face, but behind the back that you was slagging me. And I think you were double-sided like that. That's the way I saw you.
I never, ever once
Michelle never talked about anybody.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying how I felt that you
me.
was being a snide. I felt that you was fucking slagging me behind my back. That's how I felt.
I would be all sympathetic until you were threatening to kick the shit out of me. And at that point, I was ready to walk.
Well, if I did, I did. Do you know what I mean? And they ain't going to fucking deny it. I think that you just fucking crowd-pleasing, saying to people what they want to hear to make you be liked by people, but really, you're not doing that. Because to other people, you're saying other things about people. And I know, because I saw it my fucking self, Michelle. You've got to be honest. Like everyone fucking else is.
I've got to admit, Michelle never talked about anyone to me.
I have to say,
ever.
she didn't to me.
Ever, Lindsay. She never talked about anybody. Never.
Hang on. Michelle, stay.
You know, let's just be grown up about it.
By 2001, Girlthing were well on the way down the pop dumper, but it was some unexpected news that sealed their fate.
We was touring Australia and all over Asia, and unbeknown to me that I was pregnant. I didn't know what to do, you know, and I wasn't sure whether that would mean the end of Girlthing. And from there, I was left with a choice to make, whether to keep the baby or to continue. Just had to make a decision, and I chose her.
Lindsay left the band to have a baby daughter, Alicia, but things with Alicia's dad didn't work out.
Say my head went, definitely. I'd hit rock bottom. I had no career, I had no partner. I was, you know, I just felt like a worthless piece of crap, to be honest, because that's how I'd been made to feel. I started to drink, got into wrong crowds, taking drugs, doing things that I just wouldn't have done had I not been in that position, because I was vulnerable. The lowest point that it got, that I did attempt suicide on myself. I just didn't want to live at the time. Because I just couldn't cope with how things were and how I felt about myself.
But at her lowest moment, help was at hand in the shape of a former bandmate.
It was actually Anika and her parents who said to me, Lindsay, come over here, and I moved to Holland.
We actually got on really well, and till even now, she's like one of my bestest mates.
She's been quite a rock to my life, to be honest, Anika. Every time I've had a problem, I've rang her, and that bond can never be broken, and it was Girlfing that gave me that. I just want this to move forward. I want us all to move forward, every one of us.
After a life of hard knocks and an evening of champagne, Lindsay's world starts to unfold, and the mood changes once again.
I think that we're all here in this room is a huge step, because you guys were trying, not you Lindsay, but the other girls were trying to get hold of me, and I was like, no way. And this is why I was like, no way, because of this very thing that's gone on with all of us tonight.
The biggest problem is
that Lindsay wants it. You want this so bad, and I understand that you want it. I understand, because I've been there wanting certain things so bad.
No, but it's not about that. I need it. I live on a council estate, Nicky, where I never even had a wardrobe. I had a mattress fucking on the floor. That's how I lived.
Yeah.
Fucking holes in my doors. You don't understand how bad it's been. And you know what? The only thing that's good about me is my voice. That's the only thing I've got.
Utilise
No, you don't. That's the thing.
That's it.
That's all I am.
No, really, but Lindsay, you're an amazing singer. Amazing.
I will never beg anyone. I won't do it.
No, listen.
It's not who I am, but you know what? I need this.
I don't need this at all. I don't need this in my life.
I think there was a reason that Girlthing didn't work, and I do think that we need to start looking a little bit closer to home.
What's frightening me about this situation is that this is the music industry, and there's no guarantee that this is going to be your answer to everything, even if it does really well.
Yeah.
So,
it's still going to go.
Do you know what I think? I am scared that you're putting too much on, you know.
Well, what else have I got to put it on, Jodie?
Babe, we can build blocks
outside
of this job. You can
what else have I got to put it on?
Listen, babe.
You didn't see my life, you don't see how it is.
No, I didn't, darling.
Yeah, it ain't good.
Trust
me, it ain't good.
I know.
This is it for me.
I know, babe.
No, darling. We didn't know, did we?
We didn't know.
Babes.
I don't know what's going to happen with Girlthing, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't see any of them again, to be honest.
Nothing's changed. Everyone's the same.
Can we cut to go?
Coming up, feeling the stress of proving his vocal ability to his musical peers, Adam relaxes in the vocal booth.
What are you doing in there, mate?
And Damage fear the worst as they prepare to meet for the first time in 13 years.
Do you feel like it's them four against you?
It does feel like I'm being thrown into the cauldron.
You know, I'm pretty clear about how things happen. Listen, everybody sees things in different ways.
Music stations made for every mood. Blinkbox Music sponsors the big reunion. New Revlon Colour Burst Matte and Lacquer Balms. 2 brand new moisture-rich finishes. New Velvety Matte and new High Shine Lacquer. Each infused with moisturising shea, coconut and mango butters. Find your finish. Revlon.
From swim-up rooms to world-class spas, gourmet restaurants to infinity pools, it's amazing what our Sensatory holidays can do. Holiday experiences, only from Thompson, Atoll protected.
At Holland & Barrett, it's the anything and everything event. And if you hadn't already guessed from the name, absolutely anything and everything is buy one, get one half price. So you can mix and match your chocolate treats in our dairy-free range with some Dr. Organic snail gel in our beauty range. Because anything and everything is included. Well, okay, maybe not the kitchen sink. Holland & Barrett, the good love.
Shell Soft World. You win.
King of the day. A great tasting meal every day for only £3.99. Burger King. Taste is king.
This is Charlie. He's my little brother. He's not right good at hide and seek. As a keeper, he couldn't catch a cold. But Charlie's still my very best friend. I just need to go him off a bit.
And for grown-up beans, try Heinz 5 beans.
Sembri una balena spiaggiata.
Ho perso il tuo chihuahua.
Keep smiling, because Blank's White Shock from Italy is the only whitening toothpaste with Actilax that reacts to light. So the more you smile, the whiter your teeth get.
Ti lascio. Per tuo fratello.
Blank's White Shock, now available with LED accelerator. Stunning whiteness from Italy.
Eat, sleep, rave, repeat.
Pickup, with solid milk chocolate so sacred, only biscuit may touch it. Pickup, chocolate that demands respect.
This week on your Saturday Night Takeaway, Ant vs Deck, the supercomputer hits the road, and there's a big surprise for someone in our audience.
Keith Lemon is our star guest announcer, plus in Undercover, we achieved the impossible, turning David Dickinson white as a sheet.
And they said it couldn't be done.
Ant and Deck Saturday Night Takeaway, Saturday at 7 on ITV.
Music stations made for every mood. Blinkbox Music sponsors the big reunion.
With over 25 top 10 hits between them, Dane Bowers, Gareth Gates, Adam Rickett, Kavanagh and Kenzie are taking on the challenge of putting together the ultimate pop star pile-up.
It could work. It could be a group. It could be... it's never say never.
At the time, there was a lot of solo artists around, and, you know, you can't have a big reunion with yourself. So I actually think it's really interesting to see how it all works out.
I mean, how the fuck this is going to work, I have not got a fucking clue.
Having decided that Fifth Story is definitely the best name they can think of, it's time for the boys to record new versions of their signature hits. However, this week is not off to a blazing start, as a family bereavement means Kenzie is unable to make today's studio session. Vocal coach Evie Burnett is on hand to see if they can still sing, and if they could in the first place.
So I think we should just jump in right at the deep end, and I'd like each of you to sing me one of your songs.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I'm not first.
I'm not first.
Fever breaks, my body aches, but I'm strong. When you hold me, I breathe again. When you're near me, I breathe again. When you touch me, yeah. 'Cause I can make you feel good. Just say I really want you, oh so good. Let me play with your body, baby. Make you real hot. And time do so much. Are you?
At the end of the day, we feel like washed-up pop stars. That's what I feel like. So to be able to get a chance to show your, you know, musicality is pretty cool.
I can make you feel good. Let me lay this good love on you.
It's all very well having me there with 4 of the boys. Till we get 5 of them all together, I can't work out how good this is going to be.
You know, we're under the gun. I'm not going to lie, I'm worried about it. I think we're going to be the ones panicking all the way up to the first show.
Day 2 at the studio, and super producer Andreas is gearing up to recreate pop history with Fifth Story. The good news is Kenzie's back. The bad news is Kavanagh's queasy.
We're man down already.
Really?
Yeah, Cav's ill.
What, left? For good?
He's gone, he said, I don't know, doesn't like Gareth, he's off. He's got bare throat or whatever.
I think it's a shame that Cav isn't here. We really need 150%.
But the show must go on, and this time clothed in a booth is Adam, whose classic track is chosen from a hit list of precisely 1.
You're the life I believe. Now come in early. Fucking shit, fucking pissing, fucking shitty, fuck.
I know I'm not the best singer in the world. You know, I can hold a tune, I can hit a note sometimes. I just don't want to, you know, look stupid.
You're the life I believe. You're the air that I need. When you touch me, I breathe again. You're the air that I need. When you touch me.
With no time to cringe, Adam's song requires some extra special effects.
Hands out your pockets.
What the fuck? What are you doing in there?
Yeah.
What are you doing in there, mate?
Adam does sound like he's just about to lose something in his pants. Like, it's just way too porno.
Cool, all right, but listen, I think that's good for now.
If the breathing was up to me, I think it'd be more like northern, like.
Grunting and banter aside, the 4 boys press on.
Cav is back tomorrow. Woo! We're all very excited about that, so let's hope that he doesn't disrupt that and he just adds to that.
Having been AWOL, Cav had better not hold up proceedings, as his teammates are relying on him to be pitch perfect.
Cav, you're joining us. I'm back.
Woo!
You're lucky, man. We nearly called the dude from Bengal Boys.
It's kind of like that feeling when you've been off school, or, you know, you come back and everyone's like, oh yeah, pally.
The pressure's on Cav to fit in and impress, as the band face the threat of leaving the studio with unfinished material.
Oh, reload.
Sorry, forgot about it.
Here we go.
Sorry about that.
I think Cav is still sitting back a bit, purely because he just hadn't spent the time with us.
It's not quite where we all are.
You know, you can just see that he's still a bit lost. When you're in a group, you're only as strong as the weakest member.
But he's been quite content just to sort of sit back and sort of say he's not able to sing the high bits, which I'm kind of surprised about.
Piling on the pressure, Bowers leads by example, and he's got his chosen track licked.
Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
With a plethora of number 1s to pick from, Gates knows where he's heading.
Go to the place that's the best. One take and we're out.
Used to the vocal support of 9 others, it's Kenzie's turn to step up to the mic. But can he still nail the track about an 80s soap opera?
That tune, bit of swag, you know. Yeah. To turn,
It's crunch time for Cav.
Oh, baby, I can make you feel good.
He used to make us feel good, well, Melanie Sykes anyway, but can he still hit the spot?
To do. Any better? When we see that someone's maybe being a bit lazy or, you know, not sort of, you know, on their A game, it's a bit like, mate, You know, so we'll have to wait and see what happens.
I'm not used to having other people in the studio. I mean, I'm used to being a spoiled brat. It's all about Cav.
In the sky, when I die.
Unable to tolerate any further questionable honking, Evie has pulled Cav aside for a crisis talk.
I would say that Gareth and Dane are very confident vocally. They're not cocky, they're just confident. They know their ability and they've not stopped doing it and they're really confident with it.
Yeah.
And you should be up there with them,
Yeah.
being as confident, because you are up there vocally.
Yeah, it's because I've not done it. I've not done it where I've had an audience that would want to see it, you know.
Yeah.
So doing these shitty pub gigs or whatever, you know, they're not there to see you.
No, and then it just pulls your confidence down and down and down and you begin to think
Yeah,
you
you
can't
hating
do
it. I dread going on stage and singing that song.
I want you to love it again.
I need to fall in love with that song again.
There's only one day left in the studio, and the boys still haven't recorded Cav's track. As some feel the pressure to impress, others take a more nonchalant approach.
I can make you feel good. I can make you feel good.
The time has finally come for Cav to face his toughest audience yet.
I think Cav's sort of out by himself at the moment because he hasn't been in as much. Cav's quite defensive. You know, he always thinks there's some agenda or some problem, or I think we're going to have to watch that.
Okay. There's guys that offer you diamonds and pearls. Those are the ones, but not the needs. No, no. The guys say that they can give you the world. A world of love is what you get from me. 'Cause I can make you feel good. Just say I really want you.
Man, that's awesome.
Oh, I'm fucking sweating. Yeah?
Cav, seriously, so much good stuff in there.
Okay, great.
Really good, man.
But before Fifth Story can celebrate their successful week in the studio, Cav decides to dash, leaving a bad taste in the boys' mouths.
I won't give you all a group hug, but my love is with you, and I'll see you very soon, yeah?
See you in a bit, mate.
I got a gig that came in today, which I can't really not do, because I need the money, quite frankly.
And personally, I think putting a gig in last minute isn't good enough. We all kind of made sure we were as available as we could be. Yeah. And because I just think that you were ill for 2 days, so do you know what? Your gig's got to wait. I've been here all week.
At the end of the day, we're all in a band now. It could be fireworks, but that's part of the journey.
Cheers, man.
It's been really good. Better than honestly, hand on heart, better than I thought it would be.
I mean, the problem obviously is going to be the whole Gareth and Cav thing, because Gareth hates Cav.
I don't hate Cav. We're just very different. You know, he's very loud, you know, and I can't speak. At the minute, we're all friends. Will that last?
Coming up, after an explosive reunion...
You were threatening to kick the shit out of me.
Well, if I did, I did. Do you know what I mean? And they ain't gonna fucking deny it.
Girl Thing now go in for round 2, but will this one also become a debacle?
It was a bit weird. I have a bit of a Bridget Jones moment.
And from a pop star to a soap star, Kelly spills the beans on the reunion she never believed would be possible.
You've all changed as people, you know.
15 years of holding all of that stuff, and actually, it was nothing to really hold on to in the first place.
Music stations made for every mood. Blinkbox Music sponsors the big reunion. You can take the boy out of Essex.
Look, there's a zebra crossing.
But you can't take Essex out of the boy.
Yes! Where's your backpack? I didn't bring a rucksack, I brought a man bag. What's your name? She's logging me off. Oh God, that's brilliant.
Discover Africa the Joey way.
Would they be aware of me because I'm dressed like a leopard? He's picking his nose, this one. I think, yeah, as well. Thank you very much. No, well, thank you, sir. I had a really good time.
Educating Joey Essex, coming soon to ITV2.
We're lowering more and more prices every week at Morrison's. Like spinach, lowered. Green cabbage, lowered. And baby pearl potatoes lowered to just 76p. These aren't offers, there are new everyday prices. On Market Street, only at Morrison's.
This is a setup. I'm not hijacking this plane. I'm trying to save it. Non-stop. Don't blend in. Mocha from Vauxhall.
If you're unhappy with your appearance, you could change it. If it affects your confidence, you could overcome it. If it makes you feel self-conscious, you could take control with cosmetic surgery or dentistry from the Hospital Group. So if other self-improvement methods haven't worked, talk to the experts. And just like thousands of others, start seeing the new you. Find out more today at thehospitalgroup.org.
With Weight Watchers, you can eat this, and this. Rustle up this, munch on that, and dine out on this. That's 7 days a week, no fasting, no counting, no measuring. And that all comes with this. Satisfaction or your money back. Simple start, because it really is that simple. Start Weight Watchers today.
Hello, fellow cleaning fans. It's I, One Sheet. Pretty Lady Rachel asks, can plenty clean icky sticky bin lid? Let's see. You see, it's wettable, wringable, strong as bull. Yes! Now it sparkles like a diamond. Have you got plenty wet?
Be ready for anything. Makeup that can keep up. Infallible new 24-hour non-stop foundation from L'Oréal Paris. Now with hydrating Hyaluron Complex. Stays on and feels fresh. Day to night. Infallible new 24-hour foundation from L'Oréal Paris. We're worth it.
Covering the grey is just the beginning. It's time for younger looking hair. New Age-Defy hair colour collection from Nice and Easy. A system that goes beyond grey coverage to help fight 7 signs of older looking hair. Get radiant colour and younger looking hair. New Age-Defy collection from Nice and Easy.
I can twist and wriggle and still get a good night's sleep, even during my period. Because new Always Secure Night is 60% larger at the back, I'm better protected from leaks, even when I move. So I'm ready to face the day, whatever it might bring. Up to 100% leak protection, even at night. Clean, dry, fresh, always.
Vauxhall Mocha. Available with up to 5 years 0% APR representative and no minimum deposit. That's flexible finance. From Vauxhall.
I'm pregnant.
Really?
About 2 weeks.
You already went to the doctor?
Not yet, but I took this Clear Blue test. It gives you 2 answers.
Oh my God, I think I'm gonna cry.
Clear Blue tells you both if you're pregnant and how many weeks. It's like 2 tests in 1. Only from Clear Blue.
Music stations made for every mood. Blinkbox Music sponsors the big reunion.
In 1998, Girl Thing were the group Simon Cowell created to rival the Spice Girls. But they hit the skids almost as soon as their first single failed to reach #1.
You're number 8, like you're a complete flop.
Bitter disappointment caused factions in the band, which resurfaced at the girls' booze-fueled reunion.
Oh, where do I start? I think the first person that Lindsay needs to talk to is Michelle.
What I said was from a view of how I felt as a kid.
Yeah.
Because I've got no issues or bad blood with you. There is none.
Just like old characters just started coming out, and
Nobody's changed, huh?
No.
Really? You spent one night with them and everybody's kind of at each other's throats. Do you feel like you resolved it?
No.
You know, we were just talking about how we felt back then, but we were all kids. Now, I worry, but you don't need to. I promise you that. You just don't need to worry.
Because I don't need that anymore, do you know what I mean?
No,
it's
but
like...
no, none of us do. This is...
In all honesty, I loved you to bits until you had a drink. And then I felt like you were a completely different person and it frightened me. I felt like it was everything was my fault.
It all sounds very childish, like, are you going to be able to go through it all again?
We'll see.
No choice there, huh?
I don't know. Honestly, I am petrified of, like, getting to rehearsals and it not getting better. Like, it has to get better.
Yeah.
But I've got no problem with you. Honestly, I haven't. And if anyone I thought I'd be sat on a swing with, I thought it was going to be Nikki. And we're all fine now.
Yeah.
Right?
With just a matter of days before rehearsals are due to start, the girls have arranged to meet up again for peace talks.
I'll see you soon, right?
He was proud.
I will.
As a glammed up Lindsay and Michelle bid farewell to their kids,
Love you.
baby of the band Jodie has returned to her East End roots to discuss her reunion fears with her dad.
Good old pie and mash. I don't think I've had pie and mash since I was about 17.
How do you feel about seeing the girls again?
In my house in Ireland, it was just a bit of a disaster. It just... As soon as we started talking about the past, everyone regressed back to who they were in the band, and then it all kicked off.
Instead of who they are now.
Exactly, and who they are now is different. Like, they are all mums, and they are, you know, married or, like, with people, and they are in a different stage of their life. So I think we've kind of got to look forward rather than going back, you know.
You landed.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Just take your time. Be nice. They're good girls.
I didn't know what to expect last time, but this time it's... I'm just hoping everyone's just cooled off a little bit and everyone's like had a chance to think a little bit more and... Yeah, we needed to go there a little bit, but I think now it's like, let's move forward and have a bit of a laugh. Take it away. And eat pie and mash.
The bar is shut at the Last Chance Saloon Girl Thing Summit, and this time they've sensibly opted to natter over a cuppa.
It was a bit weird at my house in Ireland. It was a bit...
Yeah, because you were feeding everyone bloody alcohol, that's why. Getting everyone sick. That's why I raised two.
The tension of it was probably a bit much and, you know, made me get on the top.
I was like, I need hashing old demons, and sometimes it's not healthy, it's better to go. I had a bit of a Bridget Jones moment, you know what I mean? Fell down.
Do you know what? I think, it's emotional, and I think it brought up probably too much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Rather than moving on.
I do think that we could really potentially have an amazing time with this. Yeah. We just got to have the right attitude. We even got a chance to perform Pure and Simple.
It was on the album.
There's no choreography or
That's
anything
it.
to
So
it.
we've got a whole new dance routine to learn. And then obviously we've got Girls on Top, Last One Standing, but what about the fourth song?
We need something different, something modern, a cover version of some I think we should do Raw, Katy Perry. I think that's a good idea.
I like that one.
Yeah. And the kids like it.
To be fair, we've got a lot of fans.
Teenagers like it. I want to ask how Jodie feels about the fact that only Ben from A1 who they had a date with, which I couldn't remember before. And also Dane Bowers, who wanted to take you out and Simon Calton to piss off because he said he wasn't good enough for you. It was after the gig at Hyde Park, wasn't it? And he was like, Dane's like, Simon, I want to take her out. And Simon's like, no, darling, never, over my dead body.
After party in the park?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, Ben took me to the cinema, and that was very innocent, and we see a really rubbish film, and then I went home, and Dane hopefully
moved on, got over it.
So, girls, is there anything else that anyone wants to stay, because obviously we're here, it's our second reunion. I don't think many bands get a second one, but we got a second one, so if there is anything that we kind of need to say.
No, I just think that we should take this chance with like both hands and really enjoy it and have fun together and fuck the past and let's just go for it in the end of the day. Yeah, we were only
we should just move forward and enjoy, because I think this is just going to be incredible.
I didn't expect it to go this well.
Now we can kind of just get over it and just have a bit of fun and take it for what it is and enjoy it.
You know what? Those are the girls I remember when we released the first single.
With Lindsay, it can be all happy one minute and the next day she can be completely opposite. So hopefully, touch wood, this is, it's setting a precedence and she is going to be fabulous.
We're ready to move forward as a band and kick some ass, basically.
Coming up, Damage prepare for their interrogation of former brother Corey.
If I don't get my answers, there's going to be no rehearsals. I could promise you that.
And the Eternal Sisters mull over their recent reunion with Kelly.
I mean, I'm easy. I'm quite happy to hold up my hands and go, this is what I've done wrong.
Yeah. It's now just basically finding each other.
Music stations made for every mood. Blinkbox Music sponsors the big reunion.
Blotchy, uneven skin? Don't just cover. Really improve its appearance. New Super Stay Better Skin from Maybelline. Our first foundation with Actyl C. Skin looks visibly improved, flawless, hydrated. And with SPF 20 for better looking skin tomorrow and beyond. New Super Stay Better Skin from Maybelline, New York.
Want thicker looking hair? What if science could give you what nature didn't? New L'Oreal LV Fibrology Thickening Hair Care. Our first shampoo with phylloxane, a thickening ingredient that penetrates the hair fiber and helps increase its diameter from within. Hair looks thicker, wash after wash, with luxurious body and bounce.
More than beautiful.
New LV Fibrology only from L'Oreal Paris. The science behind thicker hair.
And you're worth it.
Chicken and pesto tart in half an hour. That's just how I roll.
Neil's celebrating. He's discovered a more laid-back way to choose a sofa.
Mr. Bombastic! She called me Mr. Bombastic.
Looks like he's enjoying himself. Good for you, Neil. Good for you. Sofa Works. Find your sofa. Visit stores nationwide or sofaworks.co.uk.
From the makers of Candy Crush comes Farm Hero Saga. Farm Hero Saga, available now on Facebook, Android, iPhone and iPad.
Tiny little baby Oleg toy. To adopt yours, get car or home insurance or switch the energy through comparethemarket.com. Oh, so cute.
Oh, he'd definitely take after you, Sergey.
Oh.
Here we go. Original recipe chicken, fries, 2 large sides and drinks. The KFC family feast. Too good to ignore.
At Morrison's, you can now get 18 cans of Stella Artois or 20 cans of Carling for £10. Now that's an offer to raise a glass to.
do you think?
Oh.
It's new. I got it today.
Wow.
Look.
It's got a life of its
That
own.
moves.
But look what I got today. It's new.
Ooh.
Teasers.
What is it?
It's little pieces of Maltesers in smooth milk chocolate.
Oh, I want one. I'm so jealous. Who's that?
That's Tom. He's new too.
Try new teasers, little pieces of Maltesers immersed in smooth milk chocolate.
Once you see the new Suzuki S-Cross, you'll have to have it. From only $14,999. Search Suzuki S-Cross now.
Typical Essex, so incestuous.
What do you think of Mario then?
His reputation. You need to play him back at his own game.
Really?
Yes, Grace.
I don't feel like this is the end.
It seems like you've got this bizarre, open relationship.
Fern cheated on you just before she broke up with you.
Oh, naughty girl.
Brand new Towie, Wednesdays and Sundays at 10 on ITV2.
Music stations made for every mood. Blinkbox Music sponsors the big reunion.
Hi, and welcome back to ITV. Take a look at this.
During the 90s, Damage's own brand of UK R&B delivered unto them 4 top 10 hits and an Access All Areas pass to Party Central.
The drugs came in, and they came in really hard and they came in really strong.
But at their peak, the band of brothers started to fall apart. And when Corey, the wild man of the group, walked out, the other 4 called time on Damage.
There was no big press release, there was no interviews, we just wound it up. And we formed this band called Cherry Blackstone.
The new band featured the 4 remaining friends, but when it came to creating a new sound, the guys clashed and their bond fell apart.
If we're not seeing eye to eye, then maybe it's time that we all go our separate ways.
You're now telling me as one of my best friends, you don't want me in the band. I'm not happy with that.
I think Russ was very angry and hurt.
Don't call me. I don't want anything to do with any one of you again.
This is the end of an era. What the fuck am I going to do now?
13 years on, and with the reunion looming, the 3 opposing factions within the group are meeting separately to discuss their concerns about finally coming face to face after a decade of silent animosity.
I'm pretty nervous about this, the looming meet.
Together to discuss their tactics are Jade and Andre.
It's been a while. It's not the stuff that has to be touched on. We have to go there. I think people have got different accounts of different stories.
Listen, everybody sees things in different ways, you know.
Still bitter about the breakup of the band are friends Raz and Noel.
How do you think certain people are going to deal with the certain questions? Because you know me, I'm direct. Yes, and certain questions have to be put out there and they have to be answered.
And finally, former Wildman Corey, who's never been forgiven for his shock Damage desertion.
Pretty anxious about it, to be honest.
But you haven't seen them in a while.
I haven't seen them in a very long time.
We've all got questions that we need to be grilling each other over. Was any of it me?
To be honest, the only problem that I had with you at that time was the fact that you still befriended those people that wanted you out of the band. When I say them, I'm obviously talking about Andre and Jay. These people cut you off, they took off your fingers,
One thing that pissed me off personally was one of the most special days of my life, which was my dad got married. You know, you were there as my best man, and I invited all the boys. I didn't get a card, I didn't get a message to say we can't make it. Russ and Corey just never turned up.
Andre, it's just that annoying behaviour that he has. You know, at that point I said I don't want to speak to no one, I don't want to be your friend, but he wouldn't accept it. I would get phone calls, I would get texts, like, I don't want to talk to you. You know, so what part of I don't want to talk to you do you not understand?
And I'm sure Russ and Noel have got a lot to get off their chest.
Yeah.
And Corey's kind of just been out on his own for a while, so I'm sure he's got a lot of things that he would want to get off his chest as well.
Do you feel like it's them four against you?
It does feel like I'm being thrown into the cauldron, you know.
I know.
Towards the end, when Corey left, there was things bubbling. Drug taking, his substance misuse, you know, his alcohol abuse, as you very well know, that we didn't address.
Don't mind going in there and answering all the questions that are going to be fired at me, because that's the scenario it's going to be.
I don't want this meet to come across like it's us against him, but in actuality it is.
Yeah.
Corey's always been that Lone Ranger. He does whatever he wants to do.
We all felt the wrath of Corey.
Yeah. He's going to be very nervous about coming into the situation. This is like the first time we're actually talking about things that nobody knew about.
I'm kind of used to the road kind of being hard.
If I don't get my answers, there's going to be no rehearsals. I could promise you that.
So yeah, it's going to be a tough day, man. It's going to be a really tough day.
As the Damaged Boys nervously anticipate confronting their past, across town, the Eternal Girls finally have their demons in a headlock.
Now, how's it been with the girls? Have you met up yet?
Yes, we have. I was really nervous.
After 15 years of silence, the girls' reunion was a jamboree of acrimony.
Anyone watching us would have gone, brilliant band, having a whale of a time.
No, I didn't have a good time.
It's obviously after Louise leaves that, you know, well now it's just Esther and Bernie against Kelly, as it were. One of the things you did say was, you're only going to stay for the money.
It was to be real. For me, it was a job.
At that time, we didn't see anything wrong. We're going, OK, let's go our separate ways. This is becoming really difficult. That had a massive impact for you.
With the dust settled, Kelly talks about moving forward with her client, EastEnders star Ricky Norwood from EastEnders, whilst the Bennett sisters talk post-match analysis.
Actually, it went really well. I'm thinking. Yeah, definitely. It's nice to know that we've done it now.
It's to bed. I mean, I'm easy. I'm quite happy to hold up my hands and go, this is what I've done wrong.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we were brought up. I think it's really important, because then you can move on in life, because that was such a big part of our life that it was necessary to have that chance to have that conversation and to say sorry.
Actually, the actual meeting was really nice. I did actually feel really good about it, and I came out of it going, wow, you know, like 15 years of holding all of that stuff, and actually it was nothing to really hold on to in the first place.
It'd be nice to be able to know that whether it's musically orientated or not, that we could still be able to keep some form of contact with Kelly. Just to be friends, just to have that basic understanding that you know you can pick up the phone and call. I think that's possible. With communication, which is what we lacked. Big time.
What do you think? Just a little. It'd be weird doing like gigs and performing in front of
thousands again.
It's just, it's you know, it's a really wonderful opportunity, and you know, I'm just going to enjoy every moment, and it'd be nice for like Regan to come along and watch his mum perform. That would be really funny. I can't wait to see his little face.
You looking forward to rehearsals?
I think it'll be fun. Yeah, I'm just going to look pretty. We'll try, to say the least. Try.
You look good. No, that was your cue to say, well, you look good too, sis.
I look too bad.
Fine.
Okay, you look good.
No, that's fine, honestly.
Next time, the damage seems irreparable as brotherly love is pushed to the limit.
Saying that I'm lying, and I won't have that neither, because I don't lie anymore.
Fifth story hit the dance floor with varied results.
I think I've peaked.
That's probably the shock for me seeing that.
Yeah.
Because that was a mess.
And at rehearsals, just don't mention the L word.
Where's Louise?
Don't!
I don't know. Where is she?
So you're very settled as a 3 and...
The 3 albums settled as a 3.
Esther does not look impressed.
Stay there, Matt's here next, joined by McFly's Dougie and Lawson's Ryan to see how they get on when faced with a foul-tasting Century egg and mousetrap jewellery. Now that's gotta hurt. Brand new fake reaction next on ITV2.
Potato.
Blinkbox Music sponsors the big reunion.
Eat this triple extra. Triple chicken, triple bacon and tasty club sauce. It's man time.
The triple extra.
I'm James. You know, my work keeps me busy during the week, and at the weekend I'm normally playing rugby, so it does make it quite difficult for me to actually find someone new. I am at that point in my life where I want to meet someone, and match nights are a great way of meeting lots of single people. It's such a relaxed environment. There was no awkwardness, it was just really, really easy to go and talk to people. I met a girl called Shireen. I'm really looking forward to seeing her again.
Match